Alright, round one of the Vintage Challenge. Playing against Fox Chase me. We're playing our Dack, Fade, and Paradoxical Outcome deck. Let's take a look. We have Dack, Faden, and Time Warp, Time Walk, and Preordain, and Force. I'm pretty in on turn one Dack. It's kind of what I wanted to see. We do have to, because it's Tundra and not any other fetch land from Volk, we do have to crack for red, which is unfortunate, but gotta do what you gotta do. And of course, Faithless Looting. Alright, well, we definitely don't want Mox Opal. I would definitely like a second land. They're playing a 2-key list, so I can pitch this key without too much pressure. Time Walk represents 2 Faithless Lootings, so we kind of want to have that, and we kind of want Preordain to pitch 2 Force of Will. Trying to figure out if I want to pitch Key or Volcanic here, and I kind of like making sure I hit the land drop next turn, and then more land drops I can discard. So we'll discard Voltaic Key Opal. It's not going to give us a very fast start, but we'll try to grind them out with Dack here. They had F6 through our Lotus, so it could be shops. So we'll try to Force of Will any. Oh, it's not shops. I mean, it's Bloodstainmire. Underground Scene. So this is Storm. It is Storm. Okay. Makes me wish I had kept my key. I would like to win instead of grinding the Storm out. It's not exactly a winning proposition. We took Time Walk instead of Force. That kind of makes sense. Time Walk is just so many Dack Fade activations. You can't really deploy any artifact mana right now unless he goes off. So that might slow him down a little bit. The second Valk is a no-go, and I would like a jet so we can start walking towards this Paradoxical. It's gonna be really hard to keep up Force of Will. And if he takes Time Walk, does that mean he doesn't really care about Force of Will? Possible that I just pitch the Preordain. It's probably fine. And then we'll play a Volk. We're looking for, I guess, like 1 or 2 more mana rocks. I'd like to like plus next turn, discard Force, and try to go off with PO if possible. Okay, Defense Grid. I'm just gonna let this one resolve. Like holding up this Force has kind of been awful for us, so we'll just discard the Force to Dack and try to go off. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to see. So, what does plussing us do for us right now? We would get to discard Force of Will. We don't really get to get anything more than that, so we can just PO before we activate our deck. Grab more cards so that our Faithless Lootings are better. There's like some merit to picking up Dack, but I don't think I'm going to on this first one. We can always play Force of Will through Defense Grid because we have Mana Crypt Jet. Let's see if we can hit another PO instead though. We hit Probe, Pyroblast. So I'm definitely pitching one of the Force of Wills. I tapped my red, unfortunately, so I can't really use Pyroblast. Not that it's super great against Storm anyway. It's okay. I would keep it in with their blue spells, but depends on if he's Paradoxical Storm or not, but he could be Paradoxical Storm. Let's pitch. I don't want to probe them. Pitch Force of Will. If I probe and I don't hit a blue card, I can't use my Force of Will. I can still really cast a Force of Will through this defense grid right now. Man, I wish I hadn't tapped my red mana, but I thought that was the more logical choice. It could just be that we pitch Force of Will, Pyroblast, and then just play our cards. Probably fine. We don't have to play Crypt, because we have the 3 mana. So we'll pass. Force Will just might not even be good enough, and it might be might have been worth it to I think I'm actually just gonna counter that. That's fine. If we can delay him here, I get to steal a Sapphire. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm not sure. I haven't been in this situation too much. It could be that that's enough to like stop him from going off. It could be it's not. He's got 2 cards left. Maybe he's trying to Twister. Played out all his mana. We don't really have any good Dacks here. Depends on actually what we brainstorm back. Because if we brainstorm and there's a Force of Will on top, Paradoxical on top, we just want to go off. But if not, we can just steal Soul Ring. Let's, well, I guess we don't really need red anymore now, so I think it's still better to use this. Let's cast Brainstorm. These cards don't do anything right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put back Library Mana Crypt so I can keep Force of Will, and I'm just going to gain control of Soul Ring. So if I don't need to force anything, then I get to dig. For like blue source Paradoxical or something like that. And if I either way, I can just steal Sapphire too. It could have been better to just steal Sapphire anyways, but I figured if he's trying to twist or something, then it's better to get the most mana producing. Is he POing? Oh, he's Dark Petitioning. So I'm inclined to just let the Dark Petition resolve. I assume he's gonna get, well, because he gets Yogg-Will, casts Yogg-Will, gets to play a land and then Ancestral. I mean, obviously I would counter Yogg-Will. Maybe countering Yogg-Will is just great. I don't think they play a Past in Flames. I don't think this can go bad for me letting this resolve, but I guess we'll find out. I assume he's just gonna get Yogg-Will, and then I'll counter Yogg-Will, and I'll be probably in a better spot. I don't think he plays a Snapcaster mage. So yeah, well then he would have just snapped Ancestral probably. So he will still be able to win off a Snapcaster mage. It's possible I don't even have to counter Yogwell. I mean he's just gonna get Delta Ancestral. But that kind of seems a little loose. I don't really like that line very much. I guess theoretically he could get something like Desire and then Desire next turn, but he only have 2 cards tops to cast. He doesn't really have the mana. I haven't really seen any Dark Tradition lists. I kind of have to find one. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a Dark Tradition list, not a PO list. So he doesn't have a Snapcaster. So if I counter Yogwell, I'm in pretty good shape, I think. Pretty happy with where we're at right now. Oh, I see some people came by. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with me and not LSV. I wouldn't do that. So we know that I have Mana Crypt, Library on top of my deck. Obviously, Library's garbage, doesn't do anything right now. The Mana Crypt is fine, but only when we get a PO. So we have to just choose between Steel. I think we're still sealing a Sapphire. Maybe? We don't really have action going. He'll have 5 mana. Oh, he has a Lotus, so he's gonna Lotus and have Yogwell too. Alright, so we're gonna get every card out of his hand? Or is he gonna... He has another Dark Tradition. This Dark Tradition goes up to Storm Count 5, which is 20. He can cast any 4 mana spell off it. I mean, I still think that's fine. That's not a big deal. Like, he's gonna get Yogwell for sure. Like, he's got a Lotus Ancestral. Counter Yogwell. I mean, it's very unlikely we have force another blue card. So, Wheel. So we just went for Wheel. I'm just... It means he's like really live to draw Yogwell now. Because he went for Wheel this time. If I discard this hand, I get to go on to Library. I have to win next turn if I let this resolve, basically. And he's got 1 black floating, so he could probably duress. This leaves him with like Dark Petition, Yogwell, Time Twister as like really good outs next turn, but I guess some of those aren't really good outs if I just steal Sapphire. So I have to pay 6? What? Oh, he has 2 defense grids. I'm a freaking idiot. I played this whole turn wrong. Because there's 2 defense grids, so I have to pay 6. Okay. Well then. Well, I win next turn if I don't die. Well, if he doesn't have duress. I think the whole turn I'm just thinking I gotta pay 3 mana. I gotta pay 3 mana. And then I could not pay 6 mana. That's really bad. I didn't even think about that. Did I like, what did I tap blue for last turn? Brainstorm? So I couldn't have played it any differently. So I hope he doesn't have Time Walk off that. Time Walk just killed me. Come on! Why you do this? Ugh. Guess I couldn't have done anything differently then. I just could have not wasted all my time thinking. So no, he's got 6 mana and 6 cards. I'm probably just dead. I assume I die. If I don't die, then he dies. So, well, like I said, he only dies if he doesn't take my paradoxical outcome, I guess. But there's like really no way I'm not dead here. So. Man, Storm? I really don't think I have a bad matchup for Storm, but... The Mana Vault? Yeah, I guess you need it in Dark Petition Storm. Yeah. Double defense grid was killer, because I was easily beating 1 defense grid. I didn't have enough cards. If I had one more card in hand, then I could have played Mana Crypt and held up double. Then I held up Force of Will, but I didn't have enough cards to keep Mana Crypt. Because then I would have had 6 mana. That would have been fine. I would have forced that. He would have had nothing. I would have get to keep dacking, and like I would be in a pretty decent spot. These were my next 7 cards. Like I draw this. I'm like pretty close to just POing and like killing him. He hasn't seen anything that he doesn't know. This is all just PO stuff. So we played against Dark Petition Storm last time, round 1. We kept in all our counter spells, and they boarded out defense grid for counter spells. I don't want to go into the assumption that that's what's happening this time. So, how many blue cards? Like, you still want Pyroblast versus him. I'll concede to that. I just wanted to show me Tendrils. So, I want Pyroblast. I think that's fine. I do want a Blightsteel because it's fast. I don't really need Karn. I would definitely like Flusterstorms. Repeal's like kind of garbage. It's only really good for defense grid, but that's not really a plan. I don't really need a Hercules in this matchup. Probably go 1 less Dack. Dack's like kind of slow. We got Mentor, Tinker, Blightsteel, and Vault Key with 4 more counter magics than last time. I think that's where I'd like to be. I was pretty sure we were winning that game until I realized how to read the board state. Quite unfortunate. Alright. Game 2. Our hand is quite good. Quite good. Pretty much nuts. This is why you play PO. I'm pretty sure this is just turn 1 kill. There's like some variance involved. Like right there, I didn't hit any mana sources, so but we're gonna do it next turn. It's fine. We'll keep Force of Will on top for sure. We can't get on library. I mean, we will be able to get on library in the middle of next turn. Let's keep Force on top. was a good draw though, and we're in real good shape. So, we're going to Pyroblast, actual factual, probably any blue spell. So, God, why'd I say any? You know, I think that's actually fine. I'd rather him not know what's going on. Ah, man, this one's like close. This is so close, but I hate probe. I'll get him. That's fine. I wanted to counter like Ponder and Preordain and Ancestral, but I guess countering probe is fine. Sure. Unfortunately, we probably have to counter a wheel, which is really sad because we have so much more mana. But we'll just we're just going in. I guess there's no way we can hold up Pyroblast for. I guess you could have Flusters now. We don't really want to do anything. We lost game 1 first. The DPS. Alright, we'll pass this one back. He's got no black sources. We can PO end of turn, no problem. No need to get hasty. Alright, so this time we will definitely PO, but not activate top. Just PO for 4. He has to counter it, and then we're open to PO on our next turn. Excuse me. So there's the fluster that we suspected was happening. We can go to our next turn. Untap. We draw a library. We're going to hold that until we have 7 cards. So we'll cast our third PO, which I'm sure he's very happy about, and draw 5. Just in a pretty good spot. Let's just make sure we count correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. We're at 7 right now. Draw. We have Flusterstorm and Pyroblast mana. We'll play Jet, and we'll play. We don't want to play that. We play Key, but if we keep doing countering, then we don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna spin now. Make sure we're not doing anything dumb. That's fine. We'll just mentor him next turn. We'll probably want to keep this Preordain on top so we can have another Force of Will if we want it. Pretty well ahead of this game right here. So, I mean, we had the kind of the nuts turn 1, so would have been the super nuts if we just drew another mana source and then got to cast a second PO, but can't ask for everything. Yeah, let's just Force of Will this. Alright, so we draw into our mentor. We play our mentor. I want to hold up both. I'm just gonna pass. It's fine. We lose like a decent amount of clock on that, but really hard for us to lose with Pyroblast and Flusterstorm up. So that's a lot of mana though. No black mana though. All right, we got top. Let's draw. Nice, land is great. And we'll play another top. And then we'll pass with our mana up. And then next turn, this is lethal, I believe, with our 2 tops. I guess we can play one more. Play one more leaves us with still 3 spells. Yeah, that's fine. Play one more. Alright. We've got Force of Will, Pyroblast, Pyroblast, Flusterstorm. So, this one's in the bags. There's no black mana. So I guess he's still just not playing. We'll just Pyroblast this, because I can. More monks. Alright. So that went well. I'm down to run this back the way we have it. I guess there's like some argument to having this crap in. I know we brought that in last round, but without Trinket Mage, it's a little suspect in my opinion. It's nice to, you can bounce this with PO. It's kind of nice. Is it better than any of the cards that are in our deck? It might be better than Dack. Dack's kind of garbage. Maybe we can have a crypt instead of a Dack. That's probably fine. I thought of these cards are pretty slow, but so he kept in Defense Grid and had Flusterstorm. Maybe you want just an Abrade instead. He kept in Defense Grid, huh? He boarded in Flusterstorms, but also kept in Defense Grids. Abrade's probably better than Cruise. I might be able to board down a land if I wanted to. Maybe I don't need 3 Pyroblasts. He only has like 10 spells I can hit. But it is important that I hit them. Pyroblast has gotta be better than a Abrade just for defense grids that you may or may not have left all of them in. I can't have Force of Will for defense grid all the time though. And then I'm having a bunch of counter magic and no Dack to get rid of it. Kinda loose. I could put the repeal back in, but that doesn't really help me. Card doesn't actually do anything. I guess we'll run it back with Crypt instead of Dack. I could see playing a Abrade, but I really have the Abrade for Null Rod decks that have a creature target too. I don't know. Let's try this. Let's hopefully we get another broken PO start. This one is substantially less broken with no permission. I get 2 tops on turn 1, or a top and a spin. It's likely Blightsteel on turn 2, but no permission. Blightsteel on turn 2, no permission. Guess I could always spin into permission. And it's like pretty loose. I guess any fast mana is a turn 1 Blightsteel. It's just like, this is a blank, unless I have a Force of Will, and like a second top is a blank. Yo, what up?
Every day.
Why? Get up early?
The earliest you've been to work in months.
Yeah, it is. I got in real early this morning. I'll tell you a story about how I got locked into my closed area later. Gotta finish up this round first. I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm a lot happy about it though. I hate this card. This card's in this deck. You need them probably for late game, but they're so bad at doing what this deck wants you to be doing. I don't know, man. I don't know. He kept on 6. I don't know. This hand's like, if I turn 1 Blightsteel, I think this hand's fine. It's not that bad. I mean, we have like a legitimate PO draw if we get duressed. If we get our PO duressed, then, or if we get our Tinker duressed, then we have a PO draw. If we get our PO duressed, then we have a Tinker draw. Like, it's fine. I think they cover each other pretty well. Like, obviously we need 2 mana, but if turn 1 is duress and he takes our Tinker, then we just go jet top, spin top. We're looking for permission anyways. We can look for mana instead. Fine. This is a great hand if he decides to keep like a hand based on defense grid. He bottomed his top card. He's fetching. Looks like we might either ponder or duress. So let's see what he does. I'm interested. I assume he has to take Tinker, but he could take PO here. I guess he could take Jet here. Maybe Jet would be good. I don't know. See what he decides. He definitely has a choice. Last time he took Time Walk over Force, which was very correct. He took Jet, yeah. That's pretty good. Mana Crypt, baby. Oh, it would have been a turn one Tinker. So we still want to spin this top instead of play another top. Glad we spun, because then we wouldn't have a Blightsteel here. So we'll put Time Walk back on top, and then we'll play Time Walk spin next turn, probably. See if we can't spin into something better. He has 4 cards. Like, we're gonna Time Walk, and then we're gonna Tinker, and then we're gonna present lethal and see how he does. But I guess, yeah, we get to look 1 more card. That's fine. Okay, so Blightsteel, Preordained, Time Walk, pass. So he knows our hand. He doesn't know what we spun. He could have another Duress or a Flusterstorm. He could also wheel. Also Time Walk. Time Walk's fine. That's just a ramp spell. And a cantripping ramp spell. I guess it's not a ramp spell if you don't have a land to play. So it's just a cantrip. Alright, back to us. He can have Flusterstorm. But that's not really something we can deal with right now. So we'll start with Time Walk. That resolves. We'll spin. We have a Pyroblast, but we can't. I mean, we're taking it, but we can't really do anything. Fortunate. Man, if we Tinker and we get flustered and we lose our Soul Ring, it's like really bad for us. So I don't think he has Fluster based on his F6, but technically also have Hercules. We just hit 1 more mana source, we can have Pyroblast back, but that doesn't really actually cover Fluster. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the least. That's the least. This is the least offensive to get flustered. This way we still have a PO line. Alright, we're putting a Blightsteel Colossus into play and seeing what our opponent can do. I think that's probably good enough, but it felt really weak. Our POs aren't very good either if he flusters there. But we got there. His hand wasn't very good. His duress was good, but I mean, he very clearly lost if he took anything but Jet, because I would have played turn 1 Soul Ring, and then I would have had turn 2 PO with 2 tops, which he would never be able to beat with his hand. So taking Jet was fine. Yeah, I was on the mulligan. I wonder what the rest of his hand looked like. Probably like Emerald, Time Walk, land. So I'm not really sure if we boarded super correct there. I'd have to play the matchup a few more times to see how I felt about it. But Pyroblast was certainly fine, which was really it's pretty much the big reason we're playing this deck.